had a lot of fun today. I really enjoy this knife. I've talked in the past about the handle here, it being rough. I think it would be cool if DoubleStar blades, upon request, could offer a smoother handle, but it's really not important. This blade is made with a purpose in mind, and that purpose is rescue. So it is what it is. If I were to buy it to use for bushcraft stuff like this, I just smooth it out with some sandpaper. It'd be alright. One thing that I would like to see is I'd like to see a small hump, almost like a little guard right here in front of the edge, because when doing my feather sticks, which were very nice by the way to do, I did like to hold it up here. So a little bump right there I think would be really nice. This particular, we're not going to talk a lot about the steel because this particular Fury is made out of S7. In the future they're ADCRV2. ADCRV2 I think is a fairly, it's not quite as tough, but still an incredibly tough steel. You're still talking about tougher, you're talking about toughness still on par pretty much with 3V. And it's easier to sharpen than S7 or 3V, but less corrosion resistant. But I will say I hate striking off of the edge. I thought that this being S7, it might not be a big deal. It's not. There's no edge damage per se, but I certainly rolled it. No question about it. It's rolled. So I find it interesting when people have their little knife made off 5160 or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, you can strike off the edge. It does absolutely no damage. If anybody says that, they're lying. This is S7. This is pretty much the toughest knife steel that you're going to get, and we rolled the edge. So before I send it back, I'll see if I'll probably try and bring that back a little bit, and I don't think it'll be difficult to bring back. Off topic a little bit. I loved my Exotac fire rod. This thing is great. I do still have my tinder in it. So if this were a real situation, you know, I could have easily just got this fire going in a moment, but still wasn't bad. Knife performed incredibly for these bushcraft tasks. Feather sticks are no big deal. Batoning, this thing is a beast at batoning. Obviously, it's a freaking monster at chopping, and I didn't have an issue with it striking a ferro rod. Once again, if I owned it, I believe that I'd have this spine squared off from about here up to here. Nice, shiny, square spine. But again, like the handles, it's not a big deal because that is not what this knife is made for. This knife is made for breaching, for light breaching, for busting stuff up, and for rescuing people. In the process of my reviewing on the rocks here, I did blunt the tip a bit. Not bad. This is a very fine tip, but it's not, you know, being a fine tip, it's not indestructible. So even being S7, you still want to be wise with your tip. And I'm sure that this happened while I had my foot on the blade. I didn't purposely have this on the ground, but I'm sure it touched or rubbed a few times while I was striking that ferro rod. And normally I wouldn't do that, but because normally I was doing it this way, normally I'd have it edge up with my foot on here striking. So it's a little bit different than what I was used to, edge down, and I think that's why that happened. If I wanted a unique chopper for the woods, and I was I had the ability to make this happen, I absolutely would. For end of the world, crap hits the fan, even a combat tool, holy crap, this thing, it really is impressive. On the sheath is something that I've got to talk about. You really don't have any belt attachment hardware here, and I can tell that a lot of thought has gone into this sheath, but without the positive retention of either the snap or the buckle here, you have no retention of the blade. This sheath goes all the way down to the handle here. And so if I was going to have a sheath that went all the way down to the handle, I would have to have some kind of belt loop or mounting device on it. If I wasn't going to have a sheath that was going to go all the way down to the handle, then I would do a sheath like a Kydex axe sheath, where the sheath only came down to about here. But ideally, this sheath should have better retention without the use of any secondary lock. And the secondary lock should be there to be jump capable, essentially, to be ready for some serious stuff. So, you know, although the sheath is nice, the quality is nice, and I know that a lot of thought went into it. I know this is a hard blade to Kydex because I've Kydexed some blades. I think in design it's not quite there. Not quite fully refined. So to wrap this up, this channel is fully funded through my website, Beach and Tactical, right there. I make this baldric sling. I make custom slings. I make rifle slings. I should add that I've been advertising an Amazon store for a long time. I kind of built it even though I didn't like Amazon, because even though I don't like Amazon, I still use it. And it is so handy, and it was an easy way, I thought, to maybe make a little bit of money and help support the channel and give you guys better content. Well, I will not be doing anything with Amazon ever again. Their policies are directly contrary to my beliefs. They are proud of them. They are anti-gun, anti-Christian, anti-moral, anti-liberty. So there will be no more the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors Amazon store. So far, I'm going to keep my Patreon, because with the anti-gun news revolving around Patreon, I found out that there's a little bit of drama involved, and I'm not sure, looking through their policies, that they're not as that they are as anti-gun as everybody's saying. I have to do more research on it still. I'll probably reach out to Patreon themselves, but if Patreon is anti-gun, I'll drop them like that. So I'll have to find something else. For the moment, Patreon really makes this channel possible. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I've just had a blast out here. Don't chew on my shoe. Also, check me out on Instagram. The Prepper's Bunker Outdoors, Beach and Tactical, Exodus Knife and Tool, and now Tuck the Tactical Cattle Dog as well. Also, definitely check out DoubleStar Blades. They have a good lineup of knives beyond this freaking beast. So check them out. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I hope that you have a blessed day.